Chris Hooton here for Kingdom MMA, and I am joined now by Mr. Rick Selvarajah on the telephone ahead of his BAMMA Lonsdale title fight with Marc Diakiese. Rick, how are you doing today?
How's it going, mate?
Rick, we're just 1 week out now from your big fight at BAMMA 22. Tell me how you're feeling going into arguably the biggest fight of your career.
Yeah, I feel good. The training camp's gone really well. Definitely feel like I'm starting to peak. I feel confident, ready for next week.
You touched there on the camp. Now, obviously, you're down training at Team Titan with guys like Brad Pickett, Nathaniel Wood, Ashley Grimshaw, a couple of guys there that have fights coming up or have recently fought. Talk to me why you decided to make the move over to Team Titan. I know that isn't a gym that you originally started your career at.
Yeah, it's been good. I mean, I still train at Premier. What's happened is I train every evening at Premier, and then sort of lunchtime morning sessions I'm at Titan every day. And it's just I needed the step up. I mean, Titan sort of just attracts the best guys in the country. I definitely believe it's just the best gym in the country. They've got just quality coaches and, for me, quality sparring partners all around my sort of weight with different skill sets and different body types. So there's sort of 35 plus of us on the mats every morning. So and they're all fight guys. They're not sort of your hobbyists or your just average want to train a couple of times a week. They're all those guys are either about to turn pro or pro fighters, and just the skill in the room has really made me sort of up my game. And a lot of the guys as well have fights, like you said, this week, in the next couple of weeks. Some of them fought on different shows over the last couple of weeks, and still to fight on future shows. So we're all sort of training together and then trying to get each other sharp for our fights.
You're coming off your BAMMA debut where you fought a very, very tough Jefferson George and took him to a very close decision. Now, the BAMMA lightweight division is a very, very stacked division. Are you surprised that you got a title shot, a chance at the Lonsdale title after you're, only fighting for, once for the promotion?
No, not really. I mean, I came into BAMMA sort of willing to accept any fight, and I just want to push my career forward. I know that the level that I'm at, and I know that I just need to sort of make a climb towards the top. I'm undefeated. I've had various different opponents with different skills throughout my career. I've always pushed for a tough fight. I've prided myself on not just fighting anyone for the sake of the record. I've always looked for a tough fight every time, and I think it's about my time now to just step up a level and make that push.
We touched there briefly on the debut fight there with Jefferson George. Have you, 5 months on, had a chance to go back and look at that fight? Have you took anything away from that fight that you thought, in the performance that you wanted to improve, that you've been working on in the gym since the bout?
That fight didn't go as I thought it would. I definitely could have won that fight a lot easier. I let a couple of things sort of slip away from me, and it was just a poor performance on my behalf. I just wasn't happy with it. I know I could have done things different, and stuff happened in the fight that just sort of swayed how it all went. But I want to make sure I don't let that kind of stuff happen again. I'm just looking. Every fight I have, I win. Like, I've won all my pro fights, but every fight I have, I look at what I didn't do so well, what I did do. I'm always trying to involve my game and just get better. It's been roughly about 5 months. You're not going to see the same fight that you saw in the Jefferson fight. I've got skills that I've been just hoping for this fight, and you'll see them in a week's time.
Now, earlier in your career, you've held belts in Fury MMA, TK MMA. Obviously, the BAMMA belt is a much bigger deal. But does your previous success in those previous title fights, does it make it a little bit easier for you going into this fight? Do you feel a little bit less nervous? Is this just another fight for you, or is this still a big deal for you?
That's the way that I see it. I mean, I'm just trying to climb. I'm just trying to fight tougher opponents every time and just get better.
So your next opponent is Marc Diakiese, another undefeated fighter like yourself. Exact same record going into the fight. Where do you think Marc excels, and where do you think his weaknesses are? Where do you think you can beat him?
He does everything pretty well. I mean, wherever the fight goes, I just believe I'm better than him. Whether it be striking, I take him down, he takes me down. Wherever it goes, I'm confident that he's not going to be able to do anything to me that hasn't been done, hundreds and hundreds of times in this camp. I mean, like I said, I've got the best guys in the country sparring with me 3-4 times a week, and that's just prepared me to. So I truly believe I can just take on and adapt to any situation. So I think that's going to get me the W.
And what do you think of Mark's fighting style? I know he takes a lot of criticism and can be sometimes called a boring fighter. Do you see that, or do you just think he's quite clever in the way he implements his game plan and is really capable of taking his opponent out of their element?
Yeah. I mean, I've said it before. He does what he has to do to win, and you can't take that away from someone. He's not the most exciting fighter. By the end of the day, it's about getting the win, and he's 7-0. So credit to him. I think I fight differently. I'm always trying to hurt my opponents, look for a finish. But yeah, it's different styles. I don't really criticize that kind of style. It's a style. So good luck to him with it. It's not going to work against me.
I seen recently Mark sent you a message on Twitter and it said, "You best be ready. I'm looking to take your head off from the start." What goes through your mind when you see messages like that?
Not much really. Like, I'm not really the sort of person to let words affect me. I mean, I've had a few fights now, and I've had opponents say a lot, but I don't really just engage in that. I mean, I just concentrate on training, and I focus on that, and I don't really have time to be talking and sort of paying attention to like stuff that's said. I mean, we're going to meet in a week's time. We're going to meet. The cage door's going to close, and there's going to be no talking. The score's going to be settled. So I'll just wait until then.
Mark has a very well documented beef with another BAMMA lightweight fighter, Kane Amusa, one which he has kept up pretty much all through the lead up to his fight with you. Have you at any stage thought, in the build up to this fight in Dublin next week, that he's overlooking you at all?
Yeah, if he does, it's going to be a mistake. I don't know. I've been the underdog before, and it doesn't really faze me. I'm just on my journey, trying to do my thing, and I'm confident in my skills and where I'm going. So yes, to anyone who looks past me or thinks that Diakiese is going to get through, you'll see in a week's time that I'm here to stay, and I'm here to move my way up, and that's something that I can promise all the BAMMA fans, and everyone that knows me knows that. But there are still people that don't know me yet who are counting me out. But yeah, it's motivation for me, really.
If you had to go down to the bookies and lay a bet on how you're going to win this fight, how do you see yourself getting past Marc Diakiese in Dublin next week?
I'm always looking for the finish. So whether it's a knockout or submission, I'm coming in there trying to finish Diakiese. And I've been working a lot, so I don't know how I'm going to get the win, but I'm pretty sure it's not going to go 3 rounds, and it's going to be an exciting fight. I bring excitement to pretty much every fight that I've had, so yeah, prepare to be excited, but I can't say where I take the win yet.
And finally, Rick, I got to ask, when we last seen you fight there in Birmingham, you came out and the beard game was on point. Can we expect you to see you rocking a smooth beard again ahead of Dublin?
The beard's gone. Um, I cut it a while back, but yeah, it's always possibly going to be there, so you never know.
But we're still going to see you looking smooth, right?
Yeah. For this fight, definitely, yeah.
Rick, thanks for your time and all the best on Saturday night against Marc Diakiese.
All right, wicked, man. Cheers.